co-founder of a great little think tank called Holidium Labs. We are advanced quantum mechanics, a up-and-coming and unique line of science that changes the way matter behaves. Changes by changing the properties of the matter. We can do wonderful things like, if you've noticed that car out front, there is water dripping from the tailpipe. We put gasoline in it. We just burnt all of the fuel before it came out of the engine by putting a small hologram on the bottom of the gas tank. A postage stamp sized hologram that is engineered to neutralize 78 toxins in gasoline, 84 toxins in diesel fuel. It takes regular 87 fuel and converts it to 108 racing fuel. Get more punch. And you get no emissions with 25% better mileage. If you're paying $4 a gallon now, at the pump you'll only be paying $3. If you used 1,000 gallons of fuel last year, you'll save 1,000 gallons or $1,000 of money. Truckers that have utilized Holidium technology have seen an average about $250 a week in their diesel fuel reduced, which equivalents to around $12,000 annually. These chips are manufactured in massive quantities. We can produce about 750,000 of them in a day. It's quite a lot. And at 750,000 cars every day that we can turn them into air purifiers, we can stop our planet, from the birds stop falling out of the sky. I mean, let's get real. We don't like pollution, so let's get rid of it. I've been out there for a number of years. I take my own time. I'll get the job done, so I'm patient and confident on that area. So a lot of people say, well, where's your Learjet? What do you do with 50-year Learjets? Am I a different person then? No. So it starts by changing our environment. See, this guy, he went out and tried to take over the world. That was me. And I failed. So then I went out and tried to take over a continent. And I failed. And then I went out and tried to take over a country, and I failed, and then a state, no luck. And I tried to take over a city, and no luck. And then I took over my neighborhood and my street, and I had success. And that rippled into a city, which got a state's attention, and soon a country, where everybody on that continent, and soon the world. So I took the approach the wrong way the first time and learned a few mistakes. So we took it back to basics. We did it again. We grassroots this thing out the door in 28 countries, 35,000 of them worldwide. And I'm not on CNN. So we're slowly grassrooting, getting the job done. The foot soldiers that have been doing this job for the last number of years are trailblazing the future. They are laying. We've laid the path. It's a light grass path, but if people walk on it, it becomes dirt, soon a road. So what we do here, we change the way matter behaves, and we come in two forms: A, small hologram sticker, or B, very incredibly cool, sexy text messaging. We just text the image right to your phone. Your phone becomes the hologram. Hold your phone against the bottom of your car and the pollution goes away. Hold your phone against the wall and the temperature changes. These are things that you can visibly see and feel, so we know that they're working. The little presentation that I have is a way of making money in quantum mechanics. There's no one doing it. I'm the only game in the planet. So that's kind of cool. I'm not a theoretical physicist. Let's start there. I don't know why my shit works. We designed it to work. So that's how it works. I have a .com, which is simply a commercial. We're a manufacturing company. We do not sell our products. We manufacture for companies and individuals to sell and make a margin. Our .org is our information website. I proudly post both of our world records that we've had tested, and a layman's explanation of what this is, to the best of our ability. 56 pages of PowerPoints that will bore the shit out of you, but it's there. So the science is backed by conventional wisdom, but we set ourselves aside by being cutting edge all the way. The .net is where you guys would set up seminars. We close deals for you, just stuff like that. That's where all the traffic is now. Next slide, please. Max, a smoking gun for me. Max is a crystal skull. It is not of earthly origin, I assure you. How do I know? It's morphing. It's perpetually morphing. You are looking, and in fact, if you've got a camera phone on you right now, take a picture of this screen, mark today's date, and go back 6 weeks from now, take a look at it. It's going to change on you. You can open up this picture, Google it on any computer, and every picture of Max in the world is changing. It started off with these 3 tiny little pieces on his cheek. And I noticed in my lab one day, where'd that watermark come from on this photo? There's no leaking in my ceiling. I set it to the side, and I was going to go back and recalibrate Max. A couple weeks later, must have been interrupted because I didn't realize I placed Max under another stack of papers, and I pulled it out, and now it had 2 dots on it. And I tried to remember. I was like, I remember seeing it drop, but that's like getting bigger. This is cool. What's Max doing? So I took a picture of it. 6 weeks later, I noticed going through my camera gallery that Max had now 3 zits on his cheek, and I was going, okay, I know there was 2. That was 19 months ago. He's now just getting... Here starts to come in. Right all there. You can obviously see that the picture is changing. At my best guess, I'd say between 5.5 and 7 years from now, we won't ever be able to take a picture of Max, and when you do, it will be a cluster of morphed images. Explanation? Yeah. I took Ormus, which is a monatomic substance, and I took it from our reality, and I sent that frequency into a 2-dimensional picture of something that is not of earthly origin. And that's what happened. So I'm convinced that Max is not from this planet. Other than that, I think it's kind of cool that the only smoking gun that the Smithsonian will ever have in it is here. You're looking at a picture that will always change. Next picture. Holidium mining. As a satellite communication engineer, that was my major in college. My minor was quantum mechanics. I took a look at what the satellite imagery using my equipment that I've built, what it would do if we analyzed large sections of the Earth. Where would we be able to pinpoint exactly where certain elements and minerals are? One that comes to mind immediately for most is Gold. Yeah. I've scanned this entire planet. I know where some amazing gold mines are located. We don't need them. We don't need to use this technology for gold. We need to use the technology for other rare trace elements of the world that are... We have so much gold on this planet, it's not even funny. I don't know why it's even $5 an ounce. If we pulled it all out of the ground and laid it, it'd cover the pretty much square mileage the country of Cuba. Now, if we had that much gold laying out here, what would the value of gold be? But there's other elements in the world that we really need to find, and that will utilize Holidium labs for that science. Each element has a particular different imprint once we photon analyze it. Next. Red, well, red is my reduced emissions device. Take the red pill, please. What to believe? We don't live in a holographic universe, according to Michael Talbert's wonderful book in the 80s. It was inspiration, of course. Lots of things have been inspiration, as I hope I inspired. Inspiration is connection. Inspiration is thought. We spend our first 18 years learning, and then we spend a couple of years thinking about what we learned. And then one day, as you're thinking about what you learned, you have a creative thought. You should get your diploma then, when you've created. It's not just because you've learned something. I taught you how to learn it. Do something with it. Create. That's what we are. Creative artists. Everyone is. So red, reduced emissions device, enters in the holographic multiverse. I, along with Michio Kaku, concur. There are 91 dimensional densities in our multiverse. If we lived in a universe, we would be in a 1D world. I'm in a multi-density. Red is the flagship of Holidium. It is the solution to pollution on our planet. My mission is to make sure that 5.6 billion cell phones around the world hear about this image, comes into your cell phone, store it to your gallery, pull it up like a picture, hold that picture on the bottom in your cell phone on the bottom of your gas tank, and like that Dodge out front drops water out of the exhaust. We had that running. It's just going to run all weekend. Did we use any gas yesterday? Gallon? I don't believe any of the generators are doing quite that. So, yeah. Increases gas mileage and turns every car into an air purifier. As the atmosphere is sucked into the air engine system, your intake, it combines with the gasoline to produce no emissions. So it's an air purifier. It's really cool. Next. My world. Oh yeah. Video gaming. Your parents told you you'd never amount to anything for playing video games? That's not true, Mom. 10 years I taught at the Video Gaming Academy in Hollywood, liquid animation, motion physics, and trained most of anybody who's in the industry today and are doing very well. Our credits go down Rockstar, Bungie, Capcom, Activision, EA, have all went through our academy. We are now taking our frequency energies and storing them inside video games. It becomes our new medicine. Kids get dropped off to McDonald's home and die a week later. We're a much better species. We are. Last week of your life and you're going to play video games? Awesome. Our theory is drop the kids off at the McDonald's home and come pick them up a week later, because after they solved a couple games of Halo, guess what? They're healed. Their cancer's gone. It becomes a more practical, for lack of a better word, choice of medicine. It's something that the kid enjoys. Start there. No, Mom, I don't want to take that pill. Here's a joystick. Gee, your diabetes is gone. We use the audio that comes out of the video game. We use the pixel inside the game itself, and that's where we lay the resonant vibration frequencies that we've targeted for each of these over 18,000 individual codes of the human body and diseases that I've identified over the last 10 years. Digimeds in video game style. I'm working with a gentleman by the name of Sean Stone. He's Oliver Stone's son in California. Interesting young man. He's got a Princeton degree. Dad did a wonderful job of raising a really brilliant kid in a messed up city like Hollywood, where one could, like Sean, could easily turn out to be a Hollywood kid's son who didn't make it. But Sean did, and with Alex over in 3D Films in London, Holidium Labs is happy to announce that we will be the first ever 5D, 3D movie ever put out that, as you watch the film, you will experience what you're seeing in your senses. We will make the, if you're sitting here in the great state of Washington next to the ocean and we're watching, we can smell pine trees, we can smell ocean breeze as we're filming it. We lay the frequency in the film as a target, no matter what it's done for editing, chopped up. When it's finished at post-production, they bring it back to us. We set it on top of a giant red pillow, and 5 minutes later, the frequency is encoded inside the film. It's a little more complex than that, but it saves some intellectual properties. The DigiMed Hospital program. This is a fine example of the quantum clinic. It's not a normal hospital. It's a little more advanced. The quantum clinic, what we do is we make a mini-me of you. We take a drop of water. Water is a wonderful memory stick. It holds information and vibration very well. By taking your hair sample, we swab your DNA, and we take a photograph of in a two-dimensional world of you, and we take the two-dimensional frozen image of time, 2D photograph, and your hair and DNA sample, and we transduce that to a fourth-dimensional image. It doesn't exist, it's just on the computer looking inside the box. But we don't print it there, we burn it in 3D. So, we take the water, drop the mini-me of you, some would refer it as a clone. We don't let it mature. We actually, for lack of a bad moral word, we abort the drop of water by pouring it down the sink. Don't feel attached, so it don't feel bad. What we do with that drop of water is we analyze your DNA by replicating it into the drop, storing that drop into a quantum cell, hospital with a window. The quantum cell, then, with the water, we can identify what is wrong with the body. We see what's wrong, and then we fill it with adaptogens. These are frequencies that the neuron of the brain attaches to the stem cell and carries to the problem of the body. When that happens, we then have 100% across the board optimal reading on that drop of water. We know it's safe for the human body. There's no misdiagnosing and there's no misprescribing, because you found the problem, you found what is missing. The human body can produce that. Our brains are capable of producing things with a couple of ingredients, minerals, or frequencies. Frequencies change the way the matter behaves. We know the drop of water, we have the problem, we've now neutralized it. We text message you your prescription. You take your picture, hold it next to a glass of water, and drink. The intrinsic data is released into the brain. The neuron tells the stem cell to take the adaptogen to the cancer, take it away, set that there instead, and then chip itself away until the original cell is repeated. We take the water in and we piss the water out on memory sticks, just like a computer. It's a defrag system for the human body. Or electrical magnetic systems that react bad if you lay on a 300-pound magnet called an MRI to see what's wrong with you. Don't stand next to 300-pound magnets, kids, and tell your parents not to do it either. You have trace elements inside you that will and then won't go back. Well, we ran an MRI and there seems to be nothing wrong with you. That's good. 6 months from now, you got brain cancer. Why? The MRI didn't see it? No, the MRI caused it. We have a safer approach for analyzing things. We did this by reverse engineering the Moscow Cosmonaut Medical Space Program. If Yuri can sit in space for a couple of years, come crashing back into the ocean, pulled out, and stand on a Russian sub without collapsing, how? I want that in my diet. So we took the Moscow Cosmonaut Medical Space Program, which was probably 20 years ahead, 30 years ahead of what NASA has, and we reverse engineered it by reverse engineering the manufacturing process. I gained some of this skill by technical remote viewing. It really works well. It's kind of like learning how to play chess and being an expert at chess. You can come out and learn how to play basketball, but I wouldn't play Michael Jordan on my first game. So, DigiMed Hospital works, and it's available for everybody in the world. You send in your lab, we send you a text message. If you die in that year, you get all your money back. Do hospitals offer that? My program comes, you need a beneficiary, because my patients don't do that. They don't die. They simply repair. I'm 44 years of age. If you saw me 10 years ago, you would go, no way. I'm getting younger, and I expect to be around this wonderful, soon to be very clean planet for another couple hundred years. We have telomere repairs to do that. As the telomere gets drier and starts to shrink, we wrinkle and aging occurs. If you keep hydrating the telomere and extend it once every 10 years on a 20-pack system, we have a 200-year life program available. Next. Merchandising and leasing. Why, that's what we do. We merchandise our products. By private labeling them. We can put your name, your company logo, your brand, or you can come in and purchase a private label from us. And there's thousands of companies out there that I've charged energies for, but of the holograms out there, they will only be Holidium. From now on, they will say Holidium on the back so that there are no counterfeiting measurements that would ever try to occur. The argons that we have for the last decade, I've gotten about an 8-inch field of matter that we can change the vibrational stage on. We do that by with our holograms, and the cell phones, you got about 6.2 inches, a little bit less. But the hologram field, we had about 8 inches. Once we encased them inside argon, we now get 20 feet. You probably don't understand what that means, but instead of changing matter in this amount of area, I can walk down the grocery store with one of these and neutralize all the GMOs and bad chemicals and all the things that we have in our foods. So why not have that on your keychain?
Okay.
You get in your car, you start your car, and you neutralize your gas tank, and both cars parked on both sides of you, if they don't have one. Because they're polluting our planet too. As you walk down the grocery store, you neutralize all the bad chemicals, so it's safe to go home and eat that garbage that they're producing. When I say they're producing garbage, I'm a farm kid from the Midwest. I know about farming, raising crops, and livestock. But they're making garbage and they're dumping it in our food system. Who's they? People that aren't going to the grocery stores and buying that shit. That's the first person you can find. Thunder text. Yay! It does what it says. We just text you. Software energy. It's like taking Microsoft and Enron without the idiot executives and creating a cool software energy company. We send information that carries energy. Energy that is in the form of information. And in quantum mechanics, this is 101, the trump card, the joker. Information tells matter how to behave. Your water. Did I say water? Wiggle. It's not doing it. Wow. I didn't even say it. Or water. And I told the information how to behave. I tried to tell this information how to behave, but it wasn't electromagnetically put together like we are. So there was no change in the water. Dr. Emoto, have you guys seen What to Believe Do We Know? Yay. Yay. What the fuck do I know was the documentary concept behind the movie. You take the word love and write on a glass of water. And then you write the word hate on a glass of water. We photographed it, enlarged it, and saw love was a beautiful looking cluster. Hate was a disturbing looking image. Wow. Just by writing on water, we can make a change like that. Imagine if we had a saturation vortex field of energy that told water how to behave. That was the concept behind what I put together, nothing more. I lost my fight with the FDA for liquid nicotine in a pump spray. I'm a chain cigar smoker. I really like it. Love nicotine. I like smoke. And they said no. I don't know why. I had 0.79%, less than 1% nicotine saline water, and 7 wonderful flavors of Kool-Aid batched up in my kitchen sink. And I can't, with an FDA-approved lab that I already have here and 100 million bottles ready to sell, you're telling me I can't make it? Why? They said it was unsafe. FDA, you know what that stands for? Fucking dumbasses. That's all you are. You've heard of the term mad scientist? Not that day. Angry, fucking pissed off, who seriously needs management issues. Scientists. These mad guys have nothing on me. I walked across the street and bought a box of cigars. As I had my credit card laying on the counter, I had an epiphany. What's that? What's a hologram sound like? You changed my mind with that. 9 weeks later and $40,000 of air later, at a $50,000 line on my house, my wife needs new drapes. I'm looking at a divorce. I'm trying something. I had success. After I had success, I waited another 6 weeks and told my attorney and my wife what I could do. I got a divorce, and Power Balance Bracelet was born with my ex-wife and my attorney. Awesome. So they made me famous, infamous. They stole a 6% strength formula that's 10 years old, and now I have 18,000 digital ingredients with industrial strength grade. It's not really competition. It's lessons we learn in life. I'll take that. And now we text it. We don't need the Power Balance Bracelet anymore. We just text it to your phone. You hold the phone next to water, drink, and it's like wearing a Power Balance Bracelet. Next one. Power plants, I'm going to skip. For monetizing power plants on this workshop, yeah, why not? You can go out and sell everybody a text message, have it sent to their phone, plug it into the wall, and they have electricity. That is coming soon. We use, yeah. We won't be seeing any towers or power lines out there. They're no longer necessary. And they are sending off such a dangerous EMF. Electricity is not very healthy in AC state. It's angry. We've taken photographs of electricity shooting out of a welding rod, and we found it not to be very happy. It's got that hate look on it, like water. We take a look at electricity out of the sky, take a photograph of it, enlarge it 3.5 million times, and we see a nice, pretty picture. This electricity is not happy. And we're going to fix that on the planet by sending everybody a text message. Plug your phone into, like you're going to plug it into the wall. Throw it on the ground. Go buy another one. Because that one's going to power your house. And your car. And your toys. So we even went further. We're not even going to need the phones anymore. We got these cool little devices. We're having these little battery packs. Just put a sticker on it. It's good for a couple of years. We're in your house. About this big. $20. I think they'll sell. Holidium Media. I will be doing, as I have and continued, a radio talk show. Let's go through. It's called Due Diligence. There's YouTubes, websites, and Facebooks to go through. And if you're looking for something in your life that's not a job, it's and not a career, but a mission. And it's about a lifestyle. When you're in the middle of a mission, nothing else matters. Your life is awesome. If your boss is a prick, your life isn't awesome. You're not in a mission, you're in a job. If your career is so-so, see if your career is helping your mission. And if it isn't, find it. Find your mission. Hopefully today, somebody found their mission. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking for 8 people on this planet. 8 private labels with 8 nonprofits. So every time that Holidium Labs sells one of our technologies, we donate one to a nonprofit. We're looking for people to bring us nonprofits. It's all about referral network and the most paradigm-changing business model in the world. Thank you.